to OTS News. My name is Mean Marky T. Pile driving geeks since 1973. The biggest mark in the IWC. Word is making the rounds here in the news studio, and sources are saying anybody that's live streaming on YouTube right now following tonight's episode of WWE SmackDown, that they are looking up at JD as he's now number one already and hasn't even said a goddamn word on the podcast yet. Ladies and gentlemen, I might be having an exclusive right here tonight. Who would have thought that I walked into the news studio tonight and I'd be having an exclusive interview? JD from New York is on the line. Is that correct?
Yo, Mean Marky D, what's going on, bro? How you doing tonight, man?
Well, this is certainly a surprise, Mr. JD from New York. I figured you'd be sitting in the VIP section of the venue, having a nice cold beverage. What brings you inside the news studio this evening?
Well, I wanted to see how things operate around here. I mean, you guys are an extension of what I'm doing here inside the venue. I want to make sure everything is operating correctly. I want to make sure things look right. I want to make sure that you're doing your job, Mr. D. Huh? I don't want you to end up like my buddy Maroose.
Well, let's be real there, Mr. JD. I don't know if anybody could be as bad as your good old buddy Maroose. Nobody wants to end up like him. Well, now that I got you here, let me get your ear for 1 second. Why is it that you're always number one in the IWC with off script every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Friday? Please elaborate.
Well, it could be a variety of things, Mr. D. It could be the fact that I got the nicest venue in the neighborhood. Very upscale, very luxurious. The finest of beverages. I got a damn near full craft beer bar every single night with the best drinks in the neighborhood. I got Titus Catering, for Christ's sakes. Catering everybody in the venue. Titus Worldwide. Or it could be, really, could be the simple fact that I'm the best at what I do, and nobody in this community can even lay a finger on and do it better than I do. Is that good enough for you?
I'm so sorry, Mr. JD, for angering you. Before I let you go, I want to show you that I'm actually doing my job. Let me go over the drink specials tonight. Tonight's drink special is Shayna Baszler's Kiwi Lime Goza. Tonight, Nia Jax goes one-on-one with Sasha Banks for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. Thank you to JD from New York for visiting the news studio here, and we will be right back right here on OTS News after this small musical commercial break. to OTS News. My name is Mean Marky T, and what you just heard were the sweet sounds of White Bat Audio. That one was called Aim to the Head. You know, being that I just had JD from New York inside the studio here for an exclusive interview, I should have really asked him why it's always raining outside the venue. I mean, are we located in New York City, or is this show emanating from a goddamn rainforest somewhere? I don't know. What? Tonight on SmackDown, Apollo Crews and Big E come face to face, as well as Edge going one-on-one with Jey Uso. Will Edge become the special enforcer for Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns at WWE Fastlane? Anyway, tonight's food specials from Titus are Titus's farm-style jumbo wings. These are whole jumbo wings dressed with our pickled pepper, barbecue, and mild or hot sauce, depending on how you like your wing sauce. Also, we have Titus's crispy chicken strips. These are panko breaded boneless chicken with house cut fries, and your sauce is either ranch or barbecue. Ladies and gentlemen, let's call out the bar right now. Come up and get your Shayna's Kiwi Lime Goza, because the show is about to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your SmackDown post show with your host, JD from New York. And yes, Jesse, Edgar Estrada is back in the chat.
The Friday before Fastlane. We are live, man. Edge making his SmackDown return after 10 years in the ring with Jey Uso tonight. Winner becomes the special enforcer for Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns at Fastlane. Big E and Apollo Crews continue to be the best thing that is not named Roman Reigns. Seems like we got a WrestleMania match for Kevin Owens. The thing is it going to pique everybody's interest at WrestleMania? And Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax for the SmackDown Women's Championship. WWE seems to be dropping the ball on Banks versus Belair at WrestleMania. Was tonight any different in the build for that match? Plus, I got your SmackDown news and rumors tonight. And Edgar Estrada is now a mod in the venue. Why? Because this is the best podcast in the IWC. This is Off the Script. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your SmackDown post show for March 19th, 2021. I am your host, JD from New York. Shout out to Hooligram in the chat, becoming a member, becoming a VIP inside the venue. I really appreciate it. Shout out to Edgar Estrada, who is now returning to the chats. And inconspicuous by his absence is one bitch, Jesse. I don't know what happened to him, but apparently he's not here tonight. And a very special shout out to one Hoot Media in the chat. It is Hoot Media's birthday tomorrow. But we're officially celebrating Hoot Media's birthday in the stream tonight. So everybody in the stream, everybody in the chat, leave a goddamn birthday cake emoji for one Hoot Media in the chat. Awesome shit right there. Man, this SmackDown episode, I don't really know what to say, man. I don't really care. You know, WWE has me in a funk going into WrestleMania, going into Fastlane is what we are calling it here. It is not good. It is not good, man. Overly predictable. There's no twists and turns. There's nothing overly surprising. It is very formulaic. It is very basic. I think everybody's hope at this point is that WWE gets together a card for WrestleMania before we actually get to Tampa on April 10 and April 11. But it seems to me, man, I'm not going to make this opening too long because I don't want to sound like a broken record. I don't know what it was tonight about seeing Edge in a WWE ring on SmackDown for the first time in 10 years. I want everybody in the chat to really let me know, man. Was it just me, or was it real that Edge looked worse tonight than he did in any previous time we've seen him back during this run of his for his return? I don't know what it was, but he looked awful tonight. He really did look awful tonight. In my opinion, I don't know if that's the same sentiment that is shared with everybody, but I don't think Edge looked good at all tonight. Body-wise, I don't think he looked good. I thought he looked out of shape. I thought he looked winded. He certainly didn't look like a WrestleMania main event guy. Edge looks legitimately his age, and it's starting to bring back terrible memories of WWE just putting aging old-timers into the main event because of whatever remaining name value that they have. Now, I'm an Edge guy. I always will be. But I've been saying this from day one, man. I've been saying this for the last, 5 months, 6 months now, before we even hit the Royal Rumble. Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns should have been the main event of WrestleMania. And every time we see these SmackDown shows, like tonight, it just proves me to be right. Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns have built towards their match as if it was a WrestleMania match, while Edge is playing third wheel. That's exactly what Edge feels like, man. He feels like a WrestleMania third wheel, does Edge. There's no issue between him and Roman. There's been absolutely no issue between Edge and Roman Reigns. It's all been about Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns. And Edge's problem has been with Daniel Bryan. That's the way the story is unfolding. Now, Edge had this match with Jey Uso tonight, and the winner of this match becomes the quote-unquote special enforcer for the Daniel Bryan-Roman Reigns match at Fastlane. Now, we all know that Daniel Bryan's not winning the Universal Championship on Sunday. And we all know why Edge is in that match. Roman Reigns is the Universal Champion. He's going into WrestleMania as the Universal Champion. But Edge, his problem is with Daniel Bryan, not with Roman Reigns. Daniel Bryan has interjected himself into this storyline for one reason or another, and Edge doesn't like it. The ultimate opportunist doesn't like it at all. Funny coming from somebody calling himself the ultimate opportunist. Daniel Bryan claims that this could be potentially his last WrestleMania. So Edge's problem right now lies with Daniel Bryan. So come Sunday, now that he's the special enforcer, it's either going to happen accidentally or it's going to happen maliciously with intent. Edge is going to try and keep Daniel Bryan out of the WrestleMania main event. Edge doesn't give a shit about Daniel Bryan. So Edge is obviously going to factor into this equation some way or another. And this is going to lead to a WrestleMania triple threat match. At that point, it then becomes a main event. Edge versus Roman Reigns to the geeks in the IWC is not a WrestleMania main event. I don't want to see an aging 50-year-old legend hanging on by his last string, challenging for any world championships against the biggest heel in the industry. I don't want to see it. Nor do I care. Daniel Bryan and Edge, they got more of a storyline than Edge does with Roman. Edge is a third wheel. He's just there. He just exists. He's just there because he won the Royal Rumble. And with every passing episode of SmackDown, it becomes painfully obvious that Edge is a third wheel, and it becomes painfully obvious that for months, I was right. Roman versus Daniel Bryan and Edge versus Drew McIntyre was absolutely the right way to go for WrestleMania. That would have made WWE's life so much easier. From then, you got a foundation at the top of the card, night one, and then night two, and then you build accordingly underneath those matches. Edge is a third wheel, folks. Edge is a third wheel. That's all he is. If you don't see it after tonight, if you haven't seen it yet, get with the program. Edge is a third wheel. He's going into WrestleMania. And I don't know what the outcome is, but like I mentioned already, this presents so much greater of an opportunity for him to walk out as the Universal Champion. Because he's certainly not pinning Roman Reigns in a one-on-one match. Yeah, right. Yeah, Roman Reigns did all this work to become the biggest heel in the fucking industry, to give it all up for fucking Edge, right? What a bunch of geeks. Oh my God. If you actually want to see that, man, you got some fucking problems. You really got some fucking problems, man. Triple threat, Bryan, Edge, Roman. Edge is the third wheel. Maybe we get a Bryan Edge program out of it. Maybe we get Bryan versus Roman continuing. I don't care either way. We're getting the best of both worlds here. Edge won the Royal Rumble. Fine. All you Edge heads want him in the WrestleMania main event. Us Yes Movement people. Yeah, Daniel Bryan's there. Our guy's there. Roman Reigns is there. You should be looking at this as a good thing. This is actually a good thing for Edge, man. In a one-on-one match, no way. No way he's winning. In a triple threat match, he now has a greater chance of walking out as the Universal Champion. Still wouldn't do it, but he does. Anyway, guys, we're going to go over SmackDown, what happened tonight. Not really all that good of a show. Very painful to sit through tonight. And I will get into the SmackDown news and rumors as well right here on the podcast. I appreciate you guys joining me tonight. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. That is Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. Hit that thumbs up as well. We are at 289 likes right now. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 750 likes before we get on out of here tonight. Chat is open. Make sure you guys get your YouTube super chats in. By the time we end the show, we'll hang out at the end, read them, and just chill when the analysts or the breakdown, the analysis of SmackDown is over with. So I appreciate you guys for that. Chat is open. If you want your t-shirts, bonfire.com is the home. Bonfire.com is the exclusive home of Off the Script. Make sure you guys go and check out all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel. We got the Monday Night Raw and AEW live streams, which were killer this week. Off the Script goes live tomorrow at 5 p.m. We're going to be talking about the weekly breakdown of news and rumors in WWE, all the big WrestleMania news coming out of WWE this week, why Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair should main event night one, the way things currently sit right now over Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley. The WWE Championship match at WrestleMania is nothing more than a mid-card contest, in my honest opinion. So make sure you guys go and check that out tomorrow at 5 p.m. Also tomorrow, 1 p.m. on the Critiques and Connoisseurs channel, we have a brand new episode number 4, and we are talking about Stone Cold Steve Austin. What? I said Stone Cold Steve Austin and the Stone Cold IPA. What? Yeah. Stone Cold IPA. Hodge and I are drinking Stone Cold IPA. We may or may not have been drunk during the filming. So it makes for a good episode tomorrow. Make sure you guys check that out. Critiques and Connoisseurs YouTube channel is down below. Go and subscribe. We'll show you guys a teaser later on in the show. And today's podcast is brought to you by my great friends over at Amazon Music. You guys can get Amazon Music for 30 days free, courtesy of the podcast. All you guys got to do is go to getamazonmusic.com/script. I'm giving you something for free just for sitting here, man. How great is that? If everybody just signed up, you guys would be doing me one big favor, man. So I'm going to get Amazon Music. I hear it's pretty damn good. I'm a Spotify guy myself, but why not? I got multiple music streaming services. You should too. Go and get it, AmazonMusic.com. That is getamazonmusic.com/scripts. Moving on with the SmackDown review, man. Let's start at the top. We got Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. They're in the back, and they're arguing about what's going on with Reginald. Banks and Belair were standing close to each other, having a very heated discussion in Gorilla. Belair says it was a mistake giving Nia Jax this title match tonight. Oh, look at that. Bianca Belair doesn't want to face Nia Jax at WrestleMania. To be perfectly honest with you folks, I don't blame the woman. Why would you want Nia Jax at WrestleMania? Bianca Belair wants to make a statement at WrestleMania. She doesn't want to have a terrible contest that nobody will remember. So clearly she wants Sasha Banks to do the right thing and not defend the championship. But Sasha's a fighting champion. She's a fighting woman. She's going to go out there and beat Nia Jax. Belair said this was a mistake. She said Reginald is still in her head. Don't think I'm coming to save you out there, said Belair. Sasha said, listen, I didn't ask you for help. And then she made her way to the stage. So it seems like WWE is playing up this storyline. This is obviously a Bruce Pritchard storyline because he's teasing Sasha Banks having Reginald on the mind. We all know, Bruce. We all know Sasha Banks is a married woman. We all know. We're not dumb. Mikaze, Sasha, we get it. They're all over social media. The guy's hounded every fucking day by some goddamn fucking virgin online claiming that Sasha is their woman. Give me a break. Sasha does not have Reginald on the mind. She's not dreaming of Reginald. Give me a break. That's exactly the way it comes off to me. I don't know if that's the way it's being written, but that's the way it comes off. That's the way it comes off to me. Sasha Banks and Nia Jax, SmackDown Women's Championship. Nia Jax has Shayna Baszler in her corner. We got Jax right at the top, looking up at the Titantron. She gave Reginald the night off. Apparently, Reginald was getting a makeover, or he had a spa day. He had cucumbers on his eyes. He had a glass of champagne in his hand. Good. The further away from SmackDown this guy is, the better it will be for Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. So Banks quickly took out Baszler on the outside. Banks had the early advantage. Jax took over with a elbow to Sasha Banks. Jax then followed up with a body slam, or a press slam, gorilla press slam for a near fall. Sasha Banks sold the shit out of that press slam. Gotta give her some credit on that. She made it look a lot better than it was. So Jax connected with a elbow drop for a near fall. She then hit a Samoan drop for it too. Suddenly, and I fucking hate this. I really do. I swear to God, man, if I was to get somebody's ear in WWE, I would ask them why. I would ask them why. Bianca Belair comes out and her music hits the fucking PA system while Sasha Banks is on the outside selling the attack in the ring from Nia Jax. Is it necessary for Bianca Belair's music to go off only for her to run down to the ring, get on her knees, and start yelling at Sasha Banks, "You got this, Sasha! You got it! You gotta get up! You gotta go beat Nia!" She really needed her music to hit for her to go out there and start being a cheerleader for Sasha Banks. Why not? Here's something, Bruce. Here's a nice little fucking tip, Bruce. Why not just send Bianca Belair out there? The fact that the music is playing and there's no audience, it looks stupid. But if you send Bianca Belair out there and she's running out there because she's genuinely concerned, not only would the segment come off a little bit more genuine, it would have looked a lot less cringe than it did. It's fucking ridiculous. By the way, before I continue on with the match, shout out to Paul Wu with a $150 YouTube super chat already. You guys are fucking unbelievable, man. You're unbelievable. Like I said, the chat is open. Send them on in, man. Paul, thank you so much, brother. We'll talk to you at the end of the show, man. So Belair's music comes out. She's urging Sasha Banks to get back into the ring. We go to commercial break. Nia Jax is still in control after a commercial break. She had a side slam for a near fall. Michael Cole on commentary said that Bianca Belair came to ringside because Jax is dominating the match. So Bianca Belair, let me get this straight. Bianca Belair wants to challenge Sasha Banks at WrestleMania because Sasha Banks is the best in the entire women's division. But in this moment, she is concerned about her losing to Nia Jax. Bianca's worried about Sasha beating Nia Jax. Commentary's concerned about Sasha beating Nia Jax. Folks, this is not Sasha Banks and Nia Jax's first match together. In fact, many moons ago, Sasha Banks was the one woman to bring Nia Jax to one of her best matches on the main roster. Sasha Banks has beaten Nia Jax several times. This is nothing new here. But commentary made it seem like it was an impossible fucking task. So, Belair's out there because Nia Jax is dominating. Jax applied a stretch muffler on Banks and then swung Banks from the stretch muffler position into the second turnbuckle face first. That looked fucking brutal. I'm surprised Sasha Banks didn't break her fucking nose on that one, man. I really am. This is why Nia Jax is awful in the ring, man. Shit like that doesn't need to be done. Hopefully she's okay. Jax missed the splash, and then Banks hit a meteora to the back of the head for a near fall. Jax went for another Samoan drop. Banks broke free. She then hit a DDT. Transitioned into the Banks statement. Baszler chased Belair into the ring all of a sudden. Referee stopped Belair. Baszler tried to kick Banks. Banks avoided. Baszler accidentally hit Jax. Belair and Baszler fought around ringside. Banks rolled up Jax for the win, and she retains the title. A lot of theatrics here, man. A lot of theatrics that Sasha didn't really need. A lot of theatrics that the tag team champions, tired of seeing it, to be quite honest with you. Don't know why this match was even booked. It didn't even make sense why this match was booked in the first place, which would have avoided all this theatrics here on SmackDown. Sasha Banks looking like she can't beat Nia Jax clean when we all know she can. Nia Jax getting an undeserved title shot. Bianca Belair worried about Sasha Banks beating Nia Jax. Bianca Belair shouldn't be worried about Sasha Banks beating anybody. She should be worried about Sasha Banks beating her at WrestleMania. If there's anybody that has a fucking grudge going into WrestleMania, it's Sasha Banks. She's 0-6. She's not going to allow that to go to 0-7. This entire Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks storyline is being written by a bunch of mongrels. This shit sucks. At one point, I was saying to myself, this match is going to be awesome. This match is going to be awesome. The athleticism of Bianca Belair, the in-ring fucking technicality that is Sasha Banks, mixing together, it's going to be fucking beautiful. But WWE seemingly has dropped the ball on this, made it about Nia and Shayna and Reginald. Everything but Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. There's nothing about the SmackDown Women's title being the most important. The entire fucking storyline is about Reginald. It's about Bianca telling Sasha to get Reginald out of her head. It's not even about the fucking title. If I'm Bianca Belair, I'm leaving her by herself. You want Reginald? You want to think about Reginald? He's out here fucking you over. Go ahead. Go ahead. Continue to pander to Reginald, man. I'm going to rip you to shreds at WrestleMania. I'm going to take advantage of that and you at WrestleMania. But here Bianca Belair is acting like a dumb babyface, and she's being booked in this situation to care about Sasha because they have a tag team championship match at Fastlane. I didn't know the tag team championships were more important than your WrestleMania match for the SmackDown Women's title. Fuck the tag team titles. Who writes this shit? For weeks, we should have been seeing Sasha and Bianca about the SmackDown Women's title. You couldn't feud Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler with some other random fucking tag team that you don't have on the main roster? Meanwhile, you're putting these two women as a tag team who are wrestling at WrestleMania against the tag team champions because you are fucking creatively bankrupt in every way. This shit sucks. I am let down tremendously by the Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair storyline. Awful. Banks wins in 10 minutes. She retains the SmackDown title, and that's it. Reginald was not there. Like Nia Jax said, he's got a spa day. But he will be there on Sunday night. And I said this on the podcast tomorrow. I might as well tell you what I'm thinking about now. Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks are going to get fucked over by Reginald on Sunday night. This will turn Sasha against Bianca. This is the only way that I see it happening. Sasha Banks is going to get so fed up with Bianca Belair. Fuck you, bitch. Here's your fucking Reginald. She's going to turn heel. Bianca's going to be a babyface. Sasha's going to be a heel. They're going to have a babyface chase the heel into WrestleMania. And at this point, folks, I know everybody's wanting Bianca Belair to win the championship because she's the new game in town. Let me tell you something. It's not right. It doesn't feel right. The storyline doesn't really lend itself for Bianca Belair winning the SmackDown Women's Championship. I think it's too soon. I think Sasha Banks needs to get that win at WrestleMania. I think Sasha Banks needs to retain. I think Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair are going to have unfinished business. If Sasha Banks is turning heel, you don't want to blow it off at WrestleMania. That leaves you 2 weeks coming out of Fastlane to build a heel Sasha Banks versus a babyface Bianca Belair. I think this needs more time to breathe after WrestleMania. Guys, you guys, I'm telling you, man, you guys are fucking unreal, man. Jake Dunning with a $200 YouTube super chat, man. Whoa. JLD from Twitch. Man, oh man, I love you guys, man. I really do. I got my Twitch family here. We got Hoolagrim, we got Rage, we got JLD, we got Hoot Media. Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. Thank you. Thank you so much, brother. We'll get to the super chats at the end of the show. Take a sip of my beverage, man. You guys are wearing me out, I'm telling you. Awesome. Kayla Braxton interviewed Edge backstage. She asked how it feels to be having a match on SmackDown for the first time in a decade. He said some of his greatest moments happened on this show, but the worst moment also happened when he relinquished his World Heavyweight title. He said tonight feels surreal, but it also feels right. Said he thinks Daniel Bryan needs to get a fair shake at Fastlane, and if he's not out there, he doesn't think he does. He said he can forgive him for the running knee last week because he would have done the same thing to Bryan. He said he thinks Jey Uso can be one of the greatest talents in this industry, but not while he's walking in the shadow of Roman Reigns. You know, Edge is coming off like too much of a nice guy here, man. You know? At one point, he really went to town on Daniel Bryan, saying that he doesn't appreciate and doesn't like the way Daniel Bryan's handling himself. And he's saying all this in a nice guy demeanor. Jey Uso could be one of the greatest talents in the industry. Listen, you're not here to put anybody else over, okay? You're back for you. Worry about you. Edge is too nice. It actually turned me off to his character. At this point, I think everybody can, and I think everybody's in agreement. I think so. I think everybody wants to see Edge be a heel. I think Edge needs to go back to being a heel, man. This babyface Edge is certainly not working, man. It's not working. So we got Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins made his way to the ring. There's this weird thing that I like about Seth Rollins, man. At first, I was like, what the fuck is this guy wearing? Seriously. But Rollins, and the best thing about his act, he moved away from the Messiah, right? He stopped coming out to that Messiah-like theme music. And his new thing is wearing these different, obnoxious suits every single week. I quite enjoy it. He looks ridiculous, but he fucking owns it. And I like it. It makes him look like a bigger dick with the fucking weird suits on. So he made his way out to the ring. And then we start getting these clips during the show of Edge. When he was last on SmackDown, they showed clips of Edge and Hulk Hogan, brother, 19 years ago on SmackDown winning the tag team titles. Then they announced that Hulk Hogan will be teaming up with Titus Worldwide to host WrestleMania. The geeks online, the outrage online, because Hulk Hogan is hosting WrestleMania was quite hilarious. Listen, man, I don't like it either. I don't want Hulk Hogan doing anything at WrestleMania. In fact, I'm over the pandering of Hulk Hogan. But this is what WWE does, man. They mock the fans in plain sight. They don't give a shit about you. If they did, Hulk Hogan wouldn't be there with Titus O'Neil. It says one thing about Titus, man. You know, we can make fun of Titus all we want with the catering bit and all that. It's great. But I will say this about Titus. The fact that Titus is such a huge representation of WWE public relations is one thing. But the type of guy that Titus O'Neil is to Vince McMahon, I want a whole roster of Titus O'Neils. He questions nothing. He does what he is asked to do. This is Titus doing one for the company. You think Titus thought long and hard about this one? Probably. And he offered his services to work alongside Hulk Hogan, knowing the backlash that Hulk Hogan was more than likely going to get going into WrestleMania because of this hosting gig. You got to give it up for Titus, man. He is a quality employee and does anything that Vince McMahon asks him to do. That's great. And again, I would want a whole roster full of Titus O'Neil personalities. That's the type of guy you want to hire. So we go from the Hulk Hogan talk, the Edge clips, and then Nia Jax in the back. Nia Jax was yelling at Baszler, all while Seth Rollins was in the ring, by the way. So Jax said if Baszler pulls this on Sunday and costs them the championship against Sasha and Bianca, she's coming for Shayna Baszler. Baszler tried to apologize. Jax says, I don't want to hear you're sorry. I want to know what you're going to do about it. Baszler says she's going to call out Bianca Belair for a match tonight and kick her head off and give her the nastiest beating of her life. And then Baszler promised Nia Jax it was going to go the right way. Seth Rollins was still in the ring. He was standing there, and he recently made his triumphant return to SmackDown, which, by the way, he's not wrestled one match on SmackDown since he's returned. And he said the entire SmackDown locker room came to the ring to greet him at ringside like a king. He said when they all turned their backs on him, he respected their decisions to be idiots. But the one person that took the disrespect too far was Cesaro. He said Cesaro humiliated him and embarrassed him, and he finally figured out he did it because he is jealous of him. He said Cesaro is jealous of him, and he is jealous because Seth Rollins is successful at everything he does and is loved wherever he goes, whereas Cesaro is a complete failure. He said he's a fighter, not a failure. He said if you knock him down, he stands right back up. Then they showed a clip of Seth beating down Cesaro last week on SmackDown. Seth was laughing about the clip and asked, what is keeping him down? What is keeping Cesaro down? He said maybe he was having a hard time standing up for himself because of all those years running around and reaching for that brass ring. He then got serious and said he will never let Cesaro embarrass or disrespect him like that ever again. He said Cesaro is the biggest waste of potential in WWE. Shinsuke Nakamura walked out to the stage. Seth was complaining about him, disrespecting him with this interruption. He threatened to do to him what he did to Cesaro, but double is worse. Seth then felt threatened with Cesaro coming closer and closer to the ring. And then all of a sudden he started to kiss up to him when Shinsuke Nakamura actually entered the ring. And then he said he knows he's a better man than Cesaro. So stop while you're ahead here. Shinsuke told him to shut the hell up. Seth went after Nakamura, but Nakamura ducked. Seth bailed out of the ring. Seth then charged back into the ring, and Nakamura gave him a Kinshasa. Said this last week because Shinsuke Nakamura was staring at Seth Rollins in Gorilla last week on SmackDown. And it's too early to do the match with Cesaro at Fastlane. And WWE knows that Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura have their history. They were paired together and they were tag team champions. So Shinsuke Nakamura has this certain level of respect for Cesaro. And if WWE wants Rollins and Cesaro to happen and have it mean the most it could possibly be, then WWE was going to have to give us Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura at Fastlane. And that's exactly what they're doing. Shinsuke Nakamura is wrestling Seth Rollins at Fastlane. Should be a great match. It's not the first time they'll be meeting in a WWE ring. They've done so a couple of years back at Survivor Series when Shinsuke Nakamura was the United States champion and I believe Seth Rollins was the Intercontinental champion. So this should be a great match. And I like it because they're saving the first match with Cesaro at WrestleMania and they're going to give Cesaro the win at WrestleMania. I would hope so at WrestleMania. This is all about Cesaro getting his WrestleMania moment. He's been there long enough to a point where he deserves a WrestleMania moment, man. If that's beating Seth Rollins in front of live human beings, then so be it. This match is going to give Rollins a win. It would be very difficult for WWE to book Rollins and Cesaro as the first match at Fastlane. Cesaro shouldn't really be losing. Seth Rollins hasn't wrestled a match since his return at the Royal Rumble. Rollins can't lose either. So this means Seth Rollins is going to get a win over Shinsuke Nakamura, go into WrestleMania, and hopefully put over Cesaro in Tampa. I like it. I like it. It's a great undercard match. Cesaro arguably is one of the best wrestlers in the entire company. Rollins, we know how good he can be. So if you're asking me if that is a WrestleMania-worthy match, absolutely. Any day of the week, that's a WrestleMania match. I love it. Hopefully Cesaro gets treated the way he should be treated, and that is with a W at WrestleMania. Street Profits made their way to the ring. They wrestled Dominik and Rey Mysterio. Booyaka, booyaka. 619. Booyaka, booyaka. Rey Mysterio. This was a match that ended in 4 minutes. And Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler were on commentary. A few minutes into this thing, Rey tagged Dominik, who landed a nice head scissors off the middle rope. Montez Ford tagged in, came right back with a hard clothesline, scored a 2 count. Ray broke up the Street Profits finisher. Dominik rolled up Angelo Dawkins for a leverage pin. Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler were elated on the outside. So the Street Profits lose to Booyaka, Dominik and Rey Mysterio. And I'm like, all right, this is exactly the way I said it was going to end up. Because the Profits, in that 8-man tag, I believe it was, I think it was last week, they pinned the tag team champions. Montez Ford pinned Bobby Roode. So that should put them in line for a tag team title opportunity. That's the way WWE writes these things, right? So then they show up this week, and then they lose to Booyaka, Rey and Dominik Mysterio. So I'm like, all right, it seems to be heading towards a multi-team tag team title match at WrestleMania. So then afterwards, Chad Gable and Otis, they walk out to the ring and they asked if they really think victory puts them ahead for a tag team title shot. Speaking to the Mysterios. Gable called Ray Shorty, almost like a play on himself, Shorty, and chuckled. Thought it was funny. Gable put his arm around Otis's neck and bragged about Otis squashing them like pancakes. I prefer waffles and French toast over pancakes, but that's just me, man. That's just me. Then they turned to talk to the Profits who were standing at ringside, still shocked that they lost. So the Mysterios attacked them from behind and dove at them at ringside. Dominik did a springboard dive onto Otis. Rey Mysterio drop-kicked Chad Gable out of the ring. And all of a sudden, we got another tag team match with Booyaka, Rey and Dominik Mysterio. But I'm asking myself, they just beat the Street Profits. They just beat the former SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And now we're getting Rey and Dominik Mysterio in another match immediately after they beat the Street Profits against Chad Gable and Otis. We've seen this match twice already with the same outcome. Otis and Chad Gable beating the Mysterios. So why are we seeing this again? Rey and Dominik Mysterio finally got a victory as a tag team on this show, and now WWE is immediately booking them in another match right after. Doesn't really make sense. So this match went 5 minutes. Ziggler and Bobby Roode were still on commentary. They were talking about, I guess, Otis's Ohio State or something about Ohio State. I don't know where the fuck they were talking, but somebody mentioned something about college here in this match. But Dominik and Chad Gable tagged in. Dominik hit a tornado DDT. Otis broke up the cover. Rey went after Otis at ringside. Otis threw Rey into the barricade. Dominik set Gable up for the 619. Dominik did his version of the 619 while Rey did his. I don't know, man. The double 619s don't work for me. So, after that, Gable caught him, gave him a German suplex. Otis tagged in, landed a second rope splash on Dominik for the win, and that was it. So let me get this straight, folks. You got the Mysterios beating the former SmackDown Tag Team Champions, only to lose in a match immediately booked after that one to Chad Gable and Otis, while the Tag Team Champions are on commentary. So it looks to be that I am correct in what's happening with the SmackDown Tag Team titles. There are only 4 teams on this show, and all 4 of them are present in this match. Got the Street Profits, got the Mysterios, you got Gable and Otis, and then you got Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler on commentary. That was it. That's it. 4 tag teams. They're all trading victories back and forth. The Profits got a pinfall victory over Bobby Roode. Chad Gable and Otis have beaten the Mysterios 3 times. The Mysterios now beat the Profits tonight. Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler are tag team champions. This is leading towards a fatal 4-way at WrestleMania for the tag team championships. Why? Because WWE needs WrestleMania to be bigger. And that's exactly how they think it's going to be bigger. 4 teams, tag team championships on the line, 1 winner. Who gives a shit? I don't give a shit about any of these teams. Merge the fucking divisions and unify the goddamn titles. That's the way it should be. All this is absolutely a waste of time. Sami Zayn was backstage with Kevin Owens. He asked Kevin Owens if he decided whether or not he wants to be a part of his documentary. Owens says he's still not sure. Sami said it's going to be huge. Owens says if he considered that he's twisting reality so it fits with his narrative. Says he's known him for a long time and he's never heard him acknowledge that when something goes wrong, it's his fault. Sami says he cannot believe he can't see the truth even when it's staring at him. So, Sami Zayn invited Kevin Owens to stand at ringside for their match, or his match rather, against Baron Corbin. Kevin Owens agreed to sit out there. Sami said he is going to see something suspicious. If he sees something suspicious, let me know. If he doesn't, Sami Zayn says he will drop everything. So quite interesting here, man. Sami Zayn, the conspiracy theorist, and Kevin Owens getting mixed together on the road to WrestleMania. Nobody knew what Kevin Owens' role at WrestleMania was going to be. Nobody even knew if Sami Zayn was going to be at WrestleMania, but it certainly looks like they're being paired together in some way, shape, or form going into Tampa at WrestleMania. Then we went into hour two, man. Daniel Bryan came out in regular street clothes, and he cut a promo in the ring. At the top of hour two, talked about Edge and Jey Uso. In the main event tonight, he talked about Edge being the ultimate opportunist who will do whatever it takes to get what he wants. And what he wants is to face Roman Reigns in a one-on-one match at WrestleMania. Said he knows why. Said Edge doesn't want to face him because he thinks he can beat Reigns. He said the difference between them is while Edge thinks he can beat Reigns, Daniel Bryan knows that he can beat Reigns. And he's going to make him tap out like he made Jey Uso tap out in the steel cage. So Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman walked out to the ring, and they made their way to the ring, and Reigns laughed at Bryan, got in the ring and told Bryan that he's seriously crazy. You're going to make me tap out? Reigns was laughing at Daniel Bryan at the thought of Bryan tapping him out. He said, listen, D-Bry, DB, that's a lie. He said he doesn't have a chance to tap him out. He told Paul Heyman he has a better chance of shooting lightning out of his ass or growing wings and flying away. He said nobody in his career has ever made him tap out. Samoa Joe. Oh, I need a beverage, man. I need a beverage break here. Holy shit. Wait a second. Didn't Samoa Joe make Roman Reigns tap out? Or am I going crazy on that one? Can anyone back up that claim, please? Didn't Samoa Joe tap out Roman Reigns? Or make him pass out or something along the lines? It's got to be Samoa Joe. Right? So Roman, who's lying here, Reigns? Who's lying here? Is it Daniel Bryan lying or are you lying? I know Daniel Bryan can tap out Roman Reigns. Everybody knows that. But the fact that Roman Reigns hasn't tapped out once in his career, give me a break. Come on. Got to be Samoa Joe. Anyway, Roman Reigns says he'd rather lose his arm than tap out to any man. I guess Roman Reigns is going into WrestleMania one-arm man. Samoa Joe owns that claim, I believe. Said he'd rather die in the ring than tap out to somebody like him. Roman Reigns would be dead by now. And then Roman Reigns got really serious. Bryan said, rather die. That's pretty strong there, bro. Said those things he tells himself about being the head of the table are all lies and delusions. Oh, yeah, just like Vince McMahon. You know, there's a report about delusions, folks. There's a report that Vince McMahon hired John Laurinaitis. John Laurinaitis, people power. Vince McMahon hired John Laurinaitis because he wants to surround himself with people who are going to tell him the product is good. That's delusion. That That's the definition of delusion. I don't know what you guys call it. A lot of talk of delusion on this show. So everybody thinks they're invincible until they're not, and unbeatable until they lose, and untap-outable until they tap out. I didn't even know that was a word. Untap-outable? Brian's making up words as we go here, man. He says he won't just make him tap. He'll break him of his beliefs and everything he thinks. He said he hopes he doesn't die, but if he taps out or doesn't tap out, he is beating him for the Universal title at Fastlane. People power. John Laurinaitis. This was awesome. This was awesome. Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns making it pretty apparent that they are the main event, not only of Fastlane, but should be the main event of WrestleMania, for sure. This is more like a WrestleMania main event build than anything Edge has done with Roman Reigns. And that's why I said in the beginning of the show that Edge is a third wheel. Edge is a WrestleMania third wheel. Bryan is good. He's effective. He's bringing out another side of Roman that clearly is the angry side. And Bryan is very confident. I like that. Bryan knows what he's capable of. Daniel Bryan knows he can beat Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is playing it off, and he's getting more angry. We're seeing a different side of Roman Reigns than we've seen in the previous feuds that he's been in. So, I like it. I like it. Daniel Bryan's getting under Roman Reigns' skin. I don't think anybody's really done that. Baron Corbin versus Sami Zayn. The video package for this was fucking fantastic, man. Probably the best thing on the entire show. There was a video package, and the video package called it the least anticipated match that nobody asked for on SmackDown. And unfortunately, there must be a winner, but thankfully, there will be a loser when Baron Corbin, King Corbin, takes on Sami Zayn next. Man, I could do voiceovers too. Just get me in the fucking booth, Bruce. I'll do voiceovers for you. Just stay away from me, you slob. Baron Corbin versus Sami Zayn. Baron Corbin loses in 2 minutes. What else is new? So we got an end of days for a very quick, decisive victory. Michael Cole, asked Kevin Owens, who was on commentary, if he saw anything suspicious. Kevin Owens says he saw Sami Zayn really not owning up to him losing. Graves said that's what someone who is part of the conspiracy would say. So Sami walked over to Kevin Owens and asked Kevin Owens if he saw it. Did he see it? Was there any injustice here? And Sami was yelling at Kevin Owens, how could you? How could you? And all of a sudden he walked away. After yelling at Kevin Owens, he walked away, went back to his documentary crew. He was yelling at them. Kevin Owens turned around to talk to Michael Cole and Corey Graves, and all of a sudden, Sami Zayn blasted him with a haluva kick out of nowhere to the side of his head. He started yelling at Kevin Owens some more. He says he's not crazy, he's blind. He says he thought he was smarter than that. Cole then said Sami is delusional and has completely lost it. Sami Zayn and his documentary crew walked to the back after this vicious attack on Kevin Owens. You know, a lot of people, they were wondering what Kevin Owens was going to do at WrestleMania. And nobody knew. Everybody was like, man, after his Roman Reigns feud and challenging for the Universal title, there's got to be an upward trajectory for Kevin Owens on SmackDown. He clearly proved that he was a main event guy, right? And then they didn't do anything with him. He sat out for a couple of weeks. They had him doing KO shows like normal. And we're getting down to crunch time here. And WWE is now struggling and racing to find opponents for these stars who clearly deserve to be on WrestleMania. And they made it a Dateline decision. They made it a decision to pair Kevin Owens with Sami Zayn again at WrestleMania. You're either going to love this or you're going to hate it. Those who hate it, they are thinking the same way that I'm thinking. Get Kevin Owens challenged for the Universal title, and then you bring him all the way back down the bottom of the card to feud him with a loser in Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's not a loser. I love Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's one of the best parts of SmackDown. But Sami Zayn is a loser. WWE's not pushing him serious. He's a fucking geek. There's nothing serious about Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's not a serious threat. He's just a very good heel. An annoying heel that loses often. It's not really what I thought about when I thought Kevin Owens in WrestleMania. But then I'm thinking, yeah, I agree with those people. But I mean, you're putting Kevin Owens in there with Sami Zayn. I mean, how could it not be a good match? You know? I think enough time has passed where we are getting this match potentially again at WrestleMania, and I don't mind seeing it. I don't think it does anything for Kevin Owens professionally. I really don't. Kevin Owens should be going here, not down here. Coming out of the Universal Championship match with Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens should be floating around the main event. But he's going right down to the bottom of the mid-card. So yes, I agree with you. The match should be great. Is the match a WrestleMania match? Absolutely. I booked this match. When I was making up my mock WrestleMania card, I had Sami Zayn still the Intercontinental Champion for all you guys that watch my podcasts months ago. When I came up with a potential WrestleMania card, I said Sami Zayn, IC Champion, put him against Kevin Owens. Have Kevin Owens win the IC title. And it seems to be that we're getting this match without the IC title involved. So yeah, Kevin Owens should be much higher than where he is right now. But he's also getting a potential match with Sami Zayn, who is his best friend in real life. So not only are we getting a match that could potentially steal the show, we're getting two guys who know each other very well. And I think they wanted this match. You're getting down to crunch time here, man. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania, this is something that they're going to be talking about for the rest of their life. At potentially the most important WrestleMania of our generation, they got a match at the first WrestleMania with live fans since the pandemic started. Who knows why they're being paired together? They may have wanted this match for the sole reason of it's important to them because of what's going on in the world today. Even though we all know and think Kevin Owens should be higher than he really is. You're not going to get a fucking complaint out of me for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. I'm all for it. You got one night having Cesaro and Seth Rollins on the undercard. The other night having Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens on the undercard. Sounds like a WrestleMania to me, man. I wish it was just a little bit more important in both aspects, to be quite honest with you. SmackDown's WrestleMania side is looking really good. Bryan and Reigns, Edge, triple threat. Sasha, Bianca, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Apollo, Big E, Seth Rollins, Cesaro. SmackDown side seems to be doing pretty damn good for itself, man. Where's Monday Night Raw? What does Monday Night Raw have to show for it? Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley. I don't care. Then you got Omos and AJ Styles versus The New Day. Outside of that, what else is happening on Monday Night Raw that you legitimately care? I don't even care. I don't even care about the matches that they have booked for WrestleMania. What else is happening on Monday Night Raw side that you honestly give a shit about? Does WWE even have anything on Monday Night Raw? So Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus Miz and Morrison. That's what they got planned for WrestleMania. Will they even have enough matches coming out of both shows to fill two nights? I don't think so. They're going to push it. They're going to stretch it out as long as they can. Asuka versus Charlotte. Rhea should be in there. Maybe a women's tag team title match. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler maybe defending against Tamina and Nat. I mean, that's WrestleMania to you? Jesus Christ, that sounds awful. Lana and Naomi, that sounds awful. Ridiculous. So Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens seem to be heading towards a WrestleMania showdown. Let me take a little break here, guys. Make sure you guys check out getamazonmusic.com/scripts. You got a free download of Amazon Music waiting for you using our unique link. Go and get yourself 30 days free of Amazon Music on me, man. Moving on with Apollo and Big E. This has been the best thing on SmackDown since the start of the Roman Reigns heel turn. And has been continuously the best thing on SmackDown outside of Roman Reigns, inside WWE. So they had a split-screen sit-down interview. They were on opposite ends of the Thunderdome at Tropicana Field. Michael Cole moderated this thing from the announce desk. Big E says he wants vengeance, and Cruz has 2 days until Fastlane. He said if he were him, he'd take those 2 days and appreciate the crispness of the March air and the normal function of his limbs. He says he'd take those short days and enjoy the present because his near future is dark and bleak. People in the chat are saying WWE removed Charlotte from the WrestleMania poster. Why would they remove Charlotte from the WrestleMania poster? Are they punishing Charlotte because Andrade asked for his release? Maybe. I still wouldn't put it past WWE to give her the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania. Back to Big E and Apollo Crews. He says, take those short days and enjoy the present because his near future is dark and bleak. He said on Sunday he's going to retain his Intercontinental title, and he said Crews will get everything he deserves. Crews said Big E should think twice before talking to Nigerian royalty with such disrespect. He smiled and said this reminds him of an old Nigerian proverb his grandfather told him, you will win or mouth with a razor. I don't know what he said. I forgot. I have a typo here. I don't know what he said. You will mouth with a razor and you will spit blood or something along those lines. So that will happen to him on Sunday. He said he will crack his face and finally get what he deserves. He said his family will see him standing over his mangled body as the new IC champion. Big E took off his mic and said there's no need to wait till Sunday. He got up, Crews took off his mic, and they seemingly were heading towards a collision here on the opposite end of the picture, or of the Thunderdome. They were heading towards each other. Crews was in the hallway. Big E jumped in a golf cart and drove across the stadium. Crews was in the hallway calling out for Big E. Big E showed up in a golf cart. Crews got scared, backed away. Big E caught up with him, and they fought in the hallway. Big E hit Crews with a trash pail, threw him into the walls and some production crates and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, referees and officials came to stop it, and Apollo Crews bailed, jumped in the golf cart, scooted away, and Big E was being held back by WWE officials. This is awesome. This is great. I think with the match happening at Fastlane, some way, somehow, this is going to lead to a stipulation match at WrestleMania. I don't really see the sense it makes for Apollo Crews to legitimately lose and lose clean. This is a new gimmick. They're trying to get him over as a solid heel act on this show. I also don't see it making sense for Big E to drop the title 2 weeks till WrestleMania to Apollo Crews, only for Big E to win it back at WrestleMania. That just sounds awful. That sounds ridiculous. I think this match ends in a fuck finish. I think Big E does something very sneaky to a point where Apollo Crews gets his rematch. We get some sort of stipulation match, whether it's a ladder match or a last man standing match, like possibly could have been teased tonight. Some way, somehow, we're getting a stipulation match at WrestleMania. And I do think the right decision is to give Apollo Crews the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. And then we move on from this. He beats Big E, it ends the feud. Big E moves on to do maybe potential world title situations on SmackDown. So we'll see what happens. But I don't see Apollo losing clean, and I don't see Big E losing the title 2 weeks before WrestleMania. Big E is going to hold that title and drop it to Apollo when it matters most. And where it matters most is at WrestleMania. Simple. Bianca Belair versus Shayna Baszler with Nia Jax. This was a no contest. Thank God, because we've seen this match way too many times on this show. Banks came out to stand in Belair's corner. Then she decided to walk to the back and watch from the backstage. Baszler threw Belair out of the ring to Nia Jax at ringside. Jax still upset about Baszler kicking her earlier, also walked to the back. So this led Tamina and Natalya out to the ring, and both women attacked everybody in this match. No contest. Yes, because exactly what I want to see at WrestleMania. Tamina and Natty in a tag team title situation at WrestleMania. Sounds like WrestleMania season to me, folks. Trash. They showed clips of Edge's retirement speech from SmackDown over a decade ago. I remember that very vividly. One of my best friends was in that arena for that night. Still talks to me about it to this day. Edge versus Jey Uso. Winner becomes the special enforcer on Sunday at Fastlane between Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan. This was not a bad match, just a very predictable one. Like I said earlier, I don't know if it was just me, but Edge looked... He didn't look too good, man. Edge did not look too good whatsoever. Had a good match, but like I said, it was very predictable, very slow pace, working to Edge's style nowadays, slow and methodical, picked up towards the end. Daniel Bryan joined Michael Cole and Corey Graves on commentary. Cole pointed out that the special ringside enforcer will have some authority on Sunday night, which clearly is going to factor into the outcome of that match. Edge had the early advantage, went for his submission. Uso then took over as we went into a commercial break, hit a suicide dive, gained control, and he beat down Edge for the majority of this match until Edge made a comeback. Like I said, he was in control. He dropped Edge on the top rope, knocked him to the floor. Uso targeted Edge's ribs, sent him ribs first into the ring post. Edge started to fight back, but the ribs were the story of the match, so he played off the ribs being injured. That slowed him down. Uso then hit an enziguri to the ribs. Edge avoided Uso. They did a double crossbody collision in the middle of the ring. Edge regained control, hit a knee off the second turnbuckle to Uso's shoulder. He continued to target Uso's shoulder, so it's Uso's shoulder and Edge's ribcage. So Uso fought back, hit a Samoan drop for a near fall. Uso climbed to the top, but Edge cut him off. Edge went for a Hurricanrana, almost killed himself in the process. Edge, at this age, should not be doing Hurricanranas, bro. If you guys saw the way he landed almost on his head, I don't think we should be seeing that anymore. Went for a near fall off the Hurricanrana. Edge avoided a super kick, hit a DDT, set up for the spear. Uso caught him with a super kick. Uso hit the splash off the top rope, but he landed on his injured shoulder, so he couldn't make the cover. Edge quickly regained control, went for the spear, hit the spear, and gets the win over Uso clean. Edge will be the special ringside enforcer at Fastlane for the Universal title match between Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns. Edge celebrated. He looked down at Bryan. Reigns comes out of nowhere and attacks Edge at the end of the match. Reigns then started to mouth off at Bryan, who was on commentary. Bryan took off his headset, headed to the ring. Jey attacked Bryan from behind. Reigns beat up Edge. Reigns beat up Bryan, and he yelled down at Bryan as the show went off the air with Reigns standing tall. Edge is absolutely going to factor into the outcome, and Edge is going to, not with intent, but it's going to be accidentally make this match, or maybe, I have no fucking idea. It may be one or the other. Either way you look at it, it's going to end up being a triple threat match. Bryan, Edge, Reigns. That's your main event on night 2 for WrestleMania. I don't see it happening any which way. Otherwise, where exactly does Daniel Bryan fit into WrestleMania plans? Nowhere. And you're not having WrestleMania without Daniel Bryan at all. He's going to be on the card. So you're looking at a triple threat match, geeks. Get used to it. This is exactly what WrestleMania main events are made of. Do you want to see Roman Reigns and Edge in a main event one-on-one with Edge looking the way he did tonight? I don't. I never thought that was a main event match. Never. Bryan and Reigns was the main event for WrestleMania. Now we're getting Bryan, Reigns, and Edge. Edge should be lucky. Edge should be lucky. Not only is it going to be a better match with Bryan included, but Edge potentially has the opportunity to walk out of WrestleMania as the Universal Champion because he doesn't need to pin Roman Reigns to do so. Roman Reigns can walk away still unpinned, which is the way it should be. I wouldn't have Reigns lose the title all year, but that's just me. I'm old school. Until you have somebody at the level of a Roman Reigns, which on this show will never happen. He may be champion forever. Until you have somebody at least breathing the same air as Roman Reigns, you should not be thinking about taking the title off of Roman Reigns. That's the way I would operate. You will all know when somebody comes along and is in the same league as Roman Reigns. Until then, it's not the way I would do things. This SmackDown sucked. It's not a fan of this SmackDown at all. Very predictable, very lazy with the build for WrestleMania. I am not excited about WrestleMania. You know what? I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys. You know what I'm excited about? The views I'm going to do on WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday. That's what I'm excited about. I'm about making content WrestleMania weekend. The show is secondary to me. It's about me being here with you guys. That's the most important thing I'm looking forward to. This WrestleMania season sucks. And this show was fucking awful tonight. Anyway, guys, that is your SmackDown review. I do got one piece of information here, which I wouldn't take as credible. It's coming from the Wrestle Geeks, and they're taking it right from PW Insider. There was a news article here about SmackDown moving to Thursday, which I would not be opposed to be brutally honest with you. Raw on Monday, NXT on Tuesday, AEW Wednesday, and then SmackDown on Thursday, which leaves Friday open for me just to do the podcast and not have to worry about anything at all. I like it. I like it. SmackDown potentially moving to Thursday. PW Insider points out that the NFL signed a new 10-year rights deal, which means Fox can no longer air games on Thursday nights starting in 2023, which would free up that slot. It was noted that statistically, more people do actually watch network TV on Thursdays than Fridays, which would provide an incentive to switch. Having said that, there are also several arguments against doing so, one of which is that more people do now watch Fox on Friday nights than they did before SmackDown started airing there. Also, one of the strategies behind Fox putting SmackDown on Fridays to begin with was that it would lead into sports programming on the weekend. This is all hypothetical at this point, and by no means a report that a change is likely, just that it's now a possibility, and the NFL deal doesn't come into effect until 2023 anyway. Again, it's not even a report. Mike Johnson and PW Insider put it out there as far as the discussion, and these dirt sheets picked it up as news. So I want to throw it out there to you guys and just briefly mention it. Do not believe any discussions on this. Do not even listen. WWE's not going anywhere on Friday nights. Friday night is their night on SmackDown. And to be honest with you, if more people watch network TV on Thursday than they do on Friday, why would they put a dying product like WWE on Thursday? Wouldn't they put something that would generate more rating and more interest on Thursday and not a fucking 1.9, 2.0 rating SmackDown? Seriously. Doesn't really make sense. It works for us as wrestling fans. I don't think wrestling fans want to watch anything on a Friday night. I do because it's my fucking job. But I think more people want to be out and about on Friday night, especially when the nicer weather comes. Nobody wants to be home on a Friday night when their weekend's just starting to watch SmackDown on Fox. They're not going anywhere. It's just right now a topic of opinion by Mike Johnson and PW Insider. Guys, thank you so very much for joining me for the review portion of the show. I appreciate y'all. SmackDown, not that good tonight, but I will be here live on Sunday night for Fastlane. WWE Fastlane. And I will be live streaming the podcast and the review right here after the show is over. So make sure you guys have your notifications on and hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Let's hit these super chats, man. You guys are beast with the super chats. You guys are awesome, man. Showing some major love this week. Coggies with a $20 super chat. Heard Leatherface and Catering were hosting WrestleMania. Can't wait to not watch and tune into your review. Get any Grandmaster ordeals done yet? Any good drops? I'm only 317, so maybe in a week or two. Peace, brother. Coggies. I have not done one Grandmaster Nightfall. And by the way, this is Destiny video game talk, folks. Destiny 2, my favorite game at the moment. I have not done any Grandmaster ordeals. And I did get a swarm this week by doing a regular 1270 Nightfall. I got Dynamic Sway Reduction and Vorpal Weapon on my swarm. I'm okay with that, man. I'm okay with that. I got a nice, when I believe it was dropping, I got a nice shadow price too with Overflow and Killing Wind, I believe I got. So I'm all right with that, man. I love the PvE rolls, so I'm good with those. Jason X Cross becomes a member, a VIP member inside the venue, man. You sit in VIP with me, bro. Appreciate you. Chris with a $4.99 super chat. This freaking show sucks. Creative sucks. Titus Catering are the best chicken tenders with honey barbecue sauce. Delicious. Love the OTS venue. Bro, Titus is awesome. And those chicken tenders, bro, they're breaded in panko. Light and airy. What do we got here, man? Ryof Wildfire. Snyder's Justice League and Falcon and the Winter Soldier made this week great. Both MCU and DC deserve 2 thumbs up. Both are greater than WrestleMania. I wouldn't know, man. I don't watch comic book movies. We got Demon Diva, Issa, if she's in the chat. She texted me about the WrestleMania poster. This is directly from her email. I guess WWE emailed everybody. I deleted all WWE emails. I don't give a shit. WrestleMania tickets available now. And on the poster, Charlotte Flair is now removed, like you guys said. WWE is back in business. Sure they are. Bianca, Edge, Roman, Drew McIntyre, Sasha Banks, Bobby Lashley, and Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny's on the poster, folks. Here's your daily reminder that Andrade, Aleister Black, Keith Lee, Ricochet, Angel Garza don't have WrestleMania matches, feuds, programs. They don't even have fucking TV time. AJ Styles doesn't have WrestleMania plans. They put him in a fucking goddamn tag team match taped together with scotch tape with Omos. Might as well make it a 2-on-1 handicap match for the tag team titles. Against the fucking New Day. Bad Bunny's on the fucking poster, but Bayley doesn't have a goddamn WrestleMania match. That doesn't sit well with me, man. Where's the justice for Bayley? That's what I want to know. Ryof, thank you for $4.99. Saeed with a $2 Canada super chat. Turned 21 today and celebrating with OTS. Saeed, happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday, man. You are now old enough to sit with me in the VIP section, bro. What do you want? What do you want? I'll go have Jesse Barback bring it over to you. Jesse, by the way, the ice bins need to be filled, clown. Hologram. Sitting VIP. Thank you for the membership, brother. Tenario 128. $5 super chat. What is your favorite Megadeth album? Rust in Peace. Can't get any better, man. Can't get any better than that. Tornado of Souls. The goddamn opening track. Ugh. You know what Megadeth album I really like, man, that many people will probably look at me like, really? I enjoyed The World Needs a Hero. I thought that was a great album. I remember when I bought that album and I brought it into high school and I showed this kid sitting in front of me, Charles Cleary was his name. I'm like, bro, listen to this. He's like, what is this? I'm like, it's the new Megadeth album. And I showed him Return to Hangar. So, I guess a follow-up to Hangar 18 off Rust in Peace. He's like, holy shit. Damn good album, man. Jesse's texting me, by the way. I gotta see what this clown says. Tell the assholes in the chat that I see everything. Good to see that I live rent-free in all your heads. I don't... Look at this. Look at this fucking guy writing to me, man. Good to see I live rent-free in all your heads. I don't speak when you want me to. It's done on my time and my time only. And to a certain someone who has not earned the right to have his name mentioned, your days are numbered, asshole. Happy birthday to the one and only head of the OTS family. Much love to Hoot Media. Shout out to Hula Grim and Raging Gamer. Paul Wu is a beast. Much love to everyone else in the OTS family that matters. P.S. Fill your own ice, asshole. Oh, man. This fucking guy. What is this? Did Issa become a member? Let me see. Issa became a member. Demon Diva became a member. Issa's now sitting VIP in the venue. Issa, what are you drinking? What are you drinking? Jack and Coke? Want a shot of tequila? We got the good stuff, man. We got the good stuff. All top shelf level liquor inside the venue, man. I spare no expense. Let's see here. Tenario, I hope I answered your question, man. Julian with a $5 super chat. Awesome stuff, JD. Fan of these bands. Sonic Syndicate, no. In Flames, Korn, no. Used to. Disturbed, Breaking Benjamin, no. Drowning Pool, no. Five Finger Death Punch, no. Too emo for me, bro. They don't pack a punch. Issa drinks Sex on the Beach. Hey, listen. You can get away with that. Not like when I went out with LeBar and he's having Malibu and fucking Coke. I'm like, really? Fuck out of here. Malibu and Coke. Oh, fuck. You're drinking Malibu and Coke. You're out with me? Listen, Jesse, don't suck up, bro. There's no sucking up here, man. Says double shout out to Demon Diva in the chat. Gemini! Thank you for becoming a VIP, bro. Sit in VIP with me. Tan May in the chat. Can I be VIP? Of course you can, bro. You're a member. DX Tricksters with a UK $5 super chat. With the way Mania is being booked, I'd rather see Edge versus Jesse for the main event than what WWE is doing. Also, happy birthday, Hoop Media, you goon. Happy birthday to Hoop Media. I gotta call Hoop Media tomorrow. They may be at a craft beer bar somewhere. They learned from me. MK Kratos with a $20 bomb. What's up, JD? My mother turns 51 at midnight. Happy birthday to your mother, brother. So the family is going to Fast Eddie's in Illinois to celebrate. Much love to the OTS family. Also, are you open to crossplay with your fans in Destiny on Xbox and PS5? When crossplay happens, I'd like to. I need a fucking fire team, bro. Seriously. It's been way too long. I need to lead my own fucking clan. You hear that, Jesse? Get your light level up, clown. It's probably higher than I am. Thank you, Kratos. Happy birthday to your mother, bro. And many more. Laura Conway, $9.99. JD, you rock. As always, great OTS. Always looking forward to Friday nights where I can stay up and watch you. Best podcaster ever. Love you. I don't know about that. In the IWC? Yeah. Best podcaster ever, bro? I don't know, man. I like to be on the level of Joe Rogan. Put me on Sirius. Give me an office next to Bully Ray, bro. I got some fucking words for him. Him and LaGreca, those geeks. Cody Tyler Clyde with a $5 super chat. Hey, JD, got a question. When or what event was your first ever live pro wrestling show? Mine was No Mercy 08 Portland, Jericho versus Michaels. It's pretty damn good, man. That Jericho-Michaels feud is one of my favorite of all time. My first ever live pro wrestling show? I was probably too young to remember, man. Wait a minute. Issa in the chat is saying Rhea Ripley was announced to show up on Monday. You know, I don't really, you know, to be quite honest with you, I don't even care because it means now she's probably going to factor into WrestleMania plans 2 weeks to go. I knew this was going to happen. I mentioned this on Monday. It's either because of two things. One, they have no plans for WrestleMania, and they figured with Rhea there, it makes the plans better. Or two, Charlotte is missing WrestleMania. And they need somebody for Asuka. Asuka versus Peyton Royce is not WrestleMania. Asuka versus Dana Brooke is not happening. Mandy Rose, yada, yada, yada. What does the Nightmare have in store for Monday nights? What does the Nightmare have in store on Monday nights? She's walking into a fucking nightmare. She no longer is the Nightmare. The Nightmare is going to haunt her. What does the Nightmare have in store on Monday nights, folks? Burial by one Bruce Pritchard. What's awaiting Rhea Ripley? Cody, I was probably too young to remember, bro. All I remember is Big Boss Man, Hulk Hogan, Madison Square Garden. My father bringing me when I was a very young age. I don't know. I'd rather sit at home and watch these shows, man. I don't like going to these shows. Unless I'm sitting ringside and have the money to blow on WWE like that, and I'm not going. A Keno Henry with a $5 super chat. I feel like they're making things too complicated. Sasha and Bianca, as well as Reigns versus Bryan, are rematches, or matches rather, that sell themselves. Sasha and Bianca isn't even about the fucking SmackDown Women's title anymore, bro. It's about Reginald. The tag team titles are being pushed more than the SmackDown Women's title in the Bianca and Sasha WrestleMania feud. Or lack thereof, I should say. Coil Phoenix with a Coil Phoenix 713 with a $5 super chat. I missed SmackDown tonight, but I know that when I do, I can always come here and get all the info on the show. Thank you for what you do. Thumbs up emoji. Coil Phoenix, thank you so much. Relatively new here, if I'm not mistaken, in the super chats. I appreciate you. Florius Nation with a $10 super chat. What's up, JD? Hope you're having a good night. I just thought I'd tell you that today I got my first shot of the COVID-19 vaccine. I got Pfizer and I feel great. Again, I hope all is well. Florius, take care of yourself, man. Take care of yourself with that vaccine shit, bro. As long as you feel good, that's all that matters to me. I'm not getting any vaccine until I know the side effects of said vaccine. And if I need the vaccine or a COVID pass to do anything in the city, then I'm moving out of New York City. Cuomo can fucking kiss my ass. But I hope you're well, brother. Florius, thank you for the $10, man. Lewis, how do you become a member? Anyone? Bro, at the bottom of the video screen, there should be a join button. You click join. and you become a VIP. Maybe I should make a commercial like others do. Paul Wu with a $150 super chat. You're no goon tonight, bro. Hey, JD, OTS is the #1 podcast every week. I've been watching your channel since 2015. You're so damn entertaining. I was able to land the job as network engineer because of this podcast. If I didn't have this podcast as a release, I wouldn't have made it. Thank you. Paul Wu. Congratulations, brother. Your drinks are on me inside the venue tonight, bro. What are you drinking? $150 is a lot of money, man. I appreciate you. You hear every single stream doing your thing, bro. Robert Lamoa, $5 super chat. Great review as always, JD. Finn Balor looks like a huge idiot for teaming up with Karrion Kross after the outcome of that match. Robert, I talked about that exact thing on tomorrow's podcast. The beginning of that with Scarlett looked ridiculous. But she made that whole segment because, I mean, realistically, if you're Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan and Scarlett Flair is wearing what she's wearing last night and she starts rubbing her tits all over you and she starts running her fingers all over your body, I mean, Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan probably never had a hotter woman than that ever in their life. So clearly they're going to submit to Scarlett Bordeaux. So I get that part. But the fact that they came out there wanting to confront Kross and Balor didn't really make sense in the beginning, but it did make sense in the end because it was all a setup by Scarlett for Kross to get Balor in a weakened state to attack him. He didn't give a fuck about the tag team titles. So I guess it worked out. Listen, if Kross is going to win the title, WWE better have it in the back of their mind. Who the fuck is taking that title off of Karrion Kross? The only one that makes sense, if he's going to stay in the States, is Walter. That's it. Can you imagine Walter having the NXT UK and the NXT world titles? Could be looking at some historic shit there, man. Jesse texted me now, and shout out to JD for giving Paul Wu a release. Robert, thank you, brother. Jake Dunning, a.k.a. JLD, with a $200 super chat. Hey, bro. This is JLD from Twitch. Just wanted to tell you that I've had some dark days mentally, but your content and being part of your OTS and Twitch family have helped me get through it all. Thank you so much and keep it up. Keep up the awesome work, brother. JLD, I love you, man. If we ever have a meet and greet, bro, drinks are on me, man. You've taken care of me so much, bro. Listen, you know, just like Paul Wu, everybody goes through dark phases and dark times, man. You know, I was in that state. There are days where I don't feel good, and I know I can rely on you guys. Every single time, man. You know, it is very difficult to be on all the time. You know, there are some days where I don't want to come on here. There are some days where I'm just too tired or I just don't have the mental capacity to do it. And you guys, collectively, the strength of everybody pulls me out of whatever's troubling me, and I sit right here and I'm on all the time, and that's thanks to you guys, man. So for every thank you that I get, you guys, I might not talk about it often, and you guys might see everything is good when I'm on camera here, but know that you do the same thing for me as you guys say I do for you. JLD, thank you, brother. I'll see you on Twitch this Sunday, man. We're going to be doing some live stream watch-alongs. Probably a mixed bag of shit right before Fastlane, bro. Appreciate you. Ryan Mansueto with a $19.99 super chat. And no message. Bro, listen. Don't be shy inside the venue, bro. Tip your bartender. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the $20. The Overgiver with a Canadian $5 super chat. What if Bryan puts his career on the line so he can be added to the Roman Reigns vs. Edge match after losing his chance at Fastlane? Bryan's not retiring. That's the thing. Bryan's going part-time. He's not fully retiring. Edge is going to do something fucked up because he's jealous of Bryan stealing his thunder, or it's going to happen accidentally. But either way, Bryan's going to get in, making it a triple threat match. Shout out to my guys over at Liquid Death as well, man. This is my beverage of choice during the podcast. It's not beer, by the way. It's actually seltzer. It's seltzer that's carbonated like beer from the Austrian Alps. I'm semi-hipster. Sue me. Hollywood Guy with a $5 super chat. There is a rumor out there that Keith Lee might get axed. Is this true? I hope so. Hey, yo, Tony, what are you doing over in Jacksonville, bro? Can I make an appointment? World of Wrestling, $10 super chat. All I will say is this about Keith Lee. It's not COVID related. He's not injured. If it was an injury, you would have heard about it. WWE is burying him intentionally. Either that, or they asked him to go lose weight. One or the other. Because Bruce thinks Keith Lee is a slob. But Bruce should be looking himself in the mirror. World of Wrestling, $10 super chat. Don't you think Shane McMahon versus Sami Zayn makes more sense than Braun versus Shane? At least with Zayn, he could prove there's a conspiracy theory through Shane McMahon. My God, WWE are so dumb. I like it. I like it. I never said WWE made sense of everything. Stupid is that? Stupid does. Raw showing. Coiled Phoenix with a $20 super chat. I have an honest question, and call me a goon if this is a stupid question. No questions are stupid inside the venue. Come on now. But when it comes to Edge versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, wouldn't Edge be considered an automatic heel since everyone is loving the new Roman? Yeah. Yeah, everybody loves Bryan. Bryan's gonna get cheered inside WrestleMania, right? And then you got Roman Reigns appearing for the first time in front of fans. He's not getting booed. Everyone's gonna love this new Roman Reigns. Edge is gonna look like the bad guy here. You're right on point, Cold Phoenix. Jack Brewer with a $10 super chat. At work now, gonna watch your SmackDown review, and then when I get home, I join your Patreon today. So ready for Ciampa versus Walter. Jack, I seen that. Hoot Media's gonna get on that come Monday after celebrating their birthday. You got a mug and a t-shirt coming to you, Jack. You guys can sign up to the Patreon and be like a major VIP like Jack Brewer, bro. I got these mugs. I gotta get rid of them. Appreciate you, brother. And he also has a $5 super chat. I picked the yearly Patreon so I could get the Are We Live t-shirt. You are the best at what you do. Jack, I appreciate you, brother. You'll be hearing from me and Hoot Media very, very soon, bro. Mr. Cake, $5 super chat. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens have feuded throughout Final Battle, TakeOver, and now WrestleMania. This is a big deal for them, honestly. Like I said, I knew it was. I knew it was. It just sucks that it's coming 2 weeks before WrestleMania. Big Ben, $24.93 with a $6 super chat. Which team in the NL East is the biggest threat to the 2021 Braves? This year? I'd probably say, unfortunately, the New York Mets. Favorite Alter Bridge Miles Kennedy's album off the top of your head, minus Fortress. I would probably say Fortress as well, bro. Gonna go a little deeper than that. Alter Bridge favorite songs, Blackbird, Last Hero, and Fortress. Those are my top 3 favorite Alter Bridge songs. Miles Kennedy and his new song, Ides of March, is an absolute must-listen. Aquino Henry with a $5 super chat. Keith Lee could have been the guy to take that title off Reigns, but apparently he is too hard to book correctly. I don't really understand it, man. I don't really get it. King Spazin. King Spazin donated $5. Jimmy Uso return at Fastlane to help Roman retain. It becomes a triple threat match at WrestleMania. That I could also see as well. Paul Heyman actually said something. He teased Roman Reigns possibly having more backup at Fastlane. He was actually on Talking Smack. He dropped a big tease that Jimmy Uso is ready to return. So, I could see that. I could absolutely see it. Mr. Cake with $2 super chats. I'm ready for WrestleMania, but I need to get Peacock first. I don't like how Sasha has been nerfed lately. Dude, all of creative is fucking nerfed. Oh, look, Jesse now wants to speak. Look, Hoot, Rage, and Hooligram are awesome mods. They have great thoughts on wrestling. There's another mod in here, geek. Montreal Rather with a $2 super chat. Thanks for the review. Appreciate you, as always, bro. Thank you, Montreal. Florius Nation with a $5 super chat. Hopefully Triple H is okay after being forced to quarantine for a few weeks due to recent COVID-19 outbreaks with NXT. I'm sure he's fine. He's got a great team underneath him where he doesn't really even need to be there. Edgar Estrada with a $200 super chat. Yo, JD, for having my back this week and making me a mod. You honestly didn't have to do that. Thank you for believing in me. Thought of this earlier. Put this 2021 heel Roman on 2016 SmackDown. Shout out to another beast, Paul Wu. Happy birthday to Hoot fucking Media. Have a great weekend, OTS fam. Love you, JD. Edgar. I love you, brother. 2016. Listen, Roman Reigns should have been a heel around that time anyway, man. They failed to pull the trigger because they were afraid. But they ended up suppressing and burying Roman. And look at what they ended up burying and suppressing. Now you're seeing the true form of Roman Reigns right here. Why would you want to bury what you're seeing now? Or maybe it was just Paul Heyman nudging them to do the right thing just a little bit more. Jesse says, you're the streamer, not a mod, but you have great thoughts. Listen, bro, don't suck up to me, bro. I told you, ice needs to be filled behind the bar, okay? Void, $4.99 super chat. JD, I've been watching you since I started freshman year in high school. It's my birthday tomorrow. I turned 21. It's been a crazy ride watching you grow. So, Void, what you're telling me is that tomorrow, you'll be old enough to drink at the venue with a nice cold beverage. Awesome. Florius Nation. Happy birthday, brother, by the way. Enjoy your day tomorrow. Florius Nation with a $5 super chat. Who do you think would win between Titus O'Neil and Gordon Ramsay? Bro, is this really a question? Titus O'Neil should have his own Food Network show, man. Fuck Beat Bobby Flight. Beat Titus O'Neil. He'd go undefeated. Void with another $4.99 super chat. Thank you for everything. I hope to be like you one day. First, legal Guinness tomorrow is for you. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to hear, Void. Yeah, bro. Jericho 8131 with a $10 super chat. WWE approaches you and gives you 1 year to rebuild and push either Keith Lee, Ricochet, Aleister Black, or Andrade to a solid position at WrestleMania 38. Who do you choose? None of them. I release all of them, have them sign with AEW, and say, fuck WWE. That's what I do. Issa becomes a new member of the OTS family. She sits VIP inside the venue. Thank you, Issa. DeVar Davis with a $5 super chat. Roman is champ. Will win Rumble next year. Roman versus Roman at Mania. Roman becomes undisputed champion, retires Universal Champion, bring back Big Gold. I didn't know Roman is going to face himself at WrestleMania. Just have Roman do it all. Chris with a $4.99 super chat. WWE tweeted at 11:26 p.m. that Rhea Ripley will be on Raw this Monday. Good luck to her. Rhea Ripley's burial has come, man. What's that gif, that famous gif of the Nigerian guys dancing with the fucking casket in the air, man? That's Rhea Ripley. Robert Pacheco and about 10 midgets become new members and sit VIP inside the venue. Thank you for wanting to be a part of this unbelievable establishment that right now is under construction, man. What's going to be inside the venue? I don't know. I don't know, man. A dartboard, maybe, some pool, some beer. What do we got? Soon. Jonathan Costello with a $9.99 super chat. Just join your Patreon, JD. Thank you for an awesome live stream and content that helps me get through your early morning work. I'll be sure to share some of Titus's baked ziti with you. Keep up the great work, brother. Jonathan, thank you so much for the donation and the Patreon. I'm not sure when Titus will have baked ziti on the menu, bro. Dana Brooke always steals the fucking cheese, man. She's like a mouse. Like a goddamn rat. I gotta give her a nice talking to, man. I can't stand it anymore. If you looked at the fucking refrigerator inside the venue, man, it looks like a goddamn fucking bank vault. Also, Eric Estrada for the win. Hashtag Team Eric. Jonathan, I didn't know there was an Eric Estrada in the chat. Who the fuck is Eric Estrada? Yo, Edgar, you got an imposter, bro. You got a doppelganger. Is that your new tag team partner? Man, Jesse's gonna be seeing double like the fucking double Spearman twins there, man, for the gum. Sorry, Jesse, you're shit out of luck, bro. Now you got Edgar and Eric Estrada. Kratos with a $5 and $5 super chat. I'd love to be in a crossplay Destiny clan with the OTS fam. We'd all make Tanix our bitch. Oh, you mean the same way that Edgar makes Jesse his bitch? Yeah, man. $2,000 coming my way next week because I resigned from Amazon Tuesday. Awesome. Sounds fucking great, man. Jericho 8131, $5 super chat. There's lots of talk of countries going to require a vaccine passport, making you unable to go anywhere without it. It's practically unavoidable. Fuck those countries. I won't be stepping foot in those places. Blow me. Mr. Cake, $5 super chat. I think someone tipped off Vince McMahon about Cross, so I think he's getting called up after WrestleMania. Also, all signs have pointed to Kyle O'Reilly beating Cross. Kyle O'Reilly, listen, Cross should not lose, period. Have him win the title, fucking vacate the goddamn title, call him up. Hold the tournament. Have Kyle O'Reilly beat Tommaso Ciampa in the finals. Simple. Florius Nation with a $10 super chat. You might as well give WrestleMania 37 to SmackDown because their side of the card is so much better than what Raw is doing right now. Lashley vs. McIntyre is not WrestleMania main event worthy. Dude, WrestleMania isn't even WrestleMania at this point. It's looking like more of a fucking Armageddon pay-per-view. I don't even want to fucking disrespect Armageddon, man. There were some damn good Armageddon shows. It's looking like December to Dismember. ECW bad. Mr. Cake with a $5 super chat. I think Edge goes rated R at Fastlane, cheats Bryan out. I remember Randy cutting a promo about the real Edge before Edge got injured. Edge needs to be a heel, man. Hollywood guy with a $5 super chat. Not wrestling related. Are you a Mass Effect fan? No. Never played the game in my entire life. Listen, Hollywood guy just got timed out by Jesse because he said he's Team Edgar. Bro, I see you. I see you, man. Jesse abusing his power like the governor on fucking Walking Dead, bro. I see you. I see you, bro. I'm Negan in this bitch. Better watch yourself. Kevin Hefnor, $4.99 super chat. Do you think Roman's storyline, as great as it is, has become repetitive? It seems most weeks it's the same open promo, Jey match, and Roman attack. Yeah, the Uso part, yeah, I understand, but Roman is great. Roman is great. And Demeter the Doggy Bullion. I'll splash an iced coffee on your face, you fool. Love you. With an Australian 202 super chat. Yo, Bullion. Why you wasting iced coffee like that, bro? I'm gonna have to dump you. Seriously, nobody wastes iced coffee in my presence. And Mr. Cake with a $5 super chat. JD, ever thought of putting Raxium lights on the Mustang? So much love to you and the mods that aren't lurking. Yeah, Jesse. You fucking creeper. No, bro. I don't really like to, amp up the Mustang with add-ons. It's beautiful the way it is, man. It's beautiful the way it is. Florius Nation with a $5 super chat. Edge was a fantastic heel. His stuff with Cena, Batista, and The Undertaker was really, really good. Edge is a great heel, man. A lot of people are just better heels naturally, you know? Just the way it is. Anyway, guys, I'm about to get the hell out of here, man. I got some work to do. Got to get ready for the podcast tomorrow. I got to fix that up and finish that. We got Critiques and Connoisseurs tomorrow as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Critiques and Connoisseurs YouTube channel. Link is down below. We got episode 4 coming tomorrow. Stone Cold Steve Austin and the Stone Cold IPA, man. Talking about our favorite 316 moments. Make sure you guys follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. That's Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Hit that thumbs up, guys. We are only at 565 likes. There needs to be 750 likes in the stream. Do your best to try and get it to 750, man. Thank you to all the new VIPs tonight that joined this fine establishment. 6 new members tonight. I appreciate you. Thank you to everybody that super chatted tonight. Make sure you guys check out all the videos that you might have missed. Monday Night Raw, AEW Dynamite with me and Jesse. Obviously tonight with SmackDown. Tomorrow off the script. Tomorrow Critiques and Connoisseurs. Sunday Fastlane. Another busy weekend, guys. Bonfire.com for all your t-shirts. GetAmazonMusic.com/script. Go and get yourself a 30-day free trial of Amazon Music, man. And shout out to my mods, Edgar, Hoolagrim, Rage, He Who Shall Not Be Named, and Hoot Media. Happy birthday to one Hoot Media in the chat. All right, guys, you know what time it is, man. You guys know exactly what time it is. It's going to be a beautiful sunny day tomorrow in New York City, man. So tonight we are riding in the Mustang with the windows down. I'm about to hit the highway, man. And what you guys are about to do is, A, hit that thumbs up, and B, give me those guitar emojis in the chat. Windows are down. Turn that music volume up to max. And I'll see you guys on Saturday, tomorrow with OTS, tomorrow on Critiques and Connoisseurs episode 4, and then Sunday for WWE Fastlane and the podcast right here live on Off the Script. See you guys later.
Oh,